Hello, Camosun students. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we have Island Health and LUCIANE LUTHI, who's a recruiter for Island Health. My name is POLJAK, and let's get started with some great information about Island Health. To start things off, let's talk about Island Health. Can you give us a little bit of an overview of what Island Health does for our community?
Right. So Island Health, it's a health authority over in Vancouver Island. We're the only public employer here. We have over 25,000 employees, and the population for Vancouver Island is 807,000 people. So we have a big community to support. We hire all healthcare workers to work in clinics and hospitals, healthcare centers as well. We're also responsible for rules and regulations over the schools with child education as well. So we're involved in now disciplines that involve community, and that's
great, fantastic. So you talk about community and you talk about engaging with the community. You provide many services, like you said. And I see in your background today, this morning, that you guys are hiring. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about the labor market. What does that look like? What kind of job opportunities are there right now?
Well, what we mainly hire for are nurses. As you might know, nurses are in high demand everywhere in the country. So we're always hiring nursing, and we're very active to start hiring internationally. We do hire internationally, but we're gonna take a better approach in how we're gonna actively start going after those nurses. We also hire healthcare workers, community workers, youth workers as well, to work in the communities, right, and in centers that need care. And we have a lot of elderly people in this island, and many of them live in their homes or live in facilities, so we also give support for them. We also have mental health cases and programs here that we give support to the community. We also have a high demand for people to work with people with mental health problems. So we're always looking to hire. We do many hiring fairs prior to COVID, with a lot of hiring fairs in Vancouver Island as well, in the mainland in Vancouver. And now with the current situation, we have taking steps to do virtual fairs. We have had actually one virtual fair last week, and we broadcast this to UK, US, and Mexico. So we're definitely always hiring, looking for new people, new talents that wants to contribute to our community.
That's fantastic. And we definitely have new talents coming in all the time for Camosun. And you know, I liked what you mentioned, the range of jobs you can do, you know, from community to addictions to elderly support. So we do have some great programs at Camosun. So we have community, family and child studies. I believe that might fall into some of the categories that you talked about. As well, we have certified medical laboratory assistant, and we have healthcare assistant. So I feel like those programs might fit very well into some of the jobs that are available right now with Island Health. Would you say that's correct?
Yes, definitely. That's definitely a lot of opportunities for someone that wants to pursue these programs. For example, the community and family service, we have child and youth workers to work in healthcare centers. For the healthcare program, we have community health workers, where they go to people's home and take care of the community. The healthcare workers, they work more in clinics and retirement facilities. So always working with the people and caring for them as if we're family. Right. And the lab opportunities, there are lab opportunities in the community as well for assistance, and there are lab opportunities in the big hospitals as well. And there are also possibilities for them to advance into the careers. We have scholarships that promote the studies for a professional to continue with Island Health, and also for them to grow as a person. So so we're always trying to help. We care.
That's fantastic. It sounds like
Yeah.
there's a big support there for you. So once you're an employee of Island Health, that support is there for you if you want to excel, if you want to advance. It's really nice to hear that you support your workers, really.
Yeah.
And that's fantastic.
Yes, exactly. And also, for example, I can give you an example. If you're starting in a position with Island Health, and if your education and skills and experience match with another profession, you can also have the possibility to work as a casual worker in another profession, just to feel how it is like. We have many professions. I can say, for example, a nurse. Some international nurses that come here, at the beginning, they're still doing a bridge program in order to become a valid nurse in Canada, but they can work as a healthcare assistant. So,
wow.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. That's fantastic.
So we hire many healthcare assistants that we know that on the long run, they're going to become fully licensed nurses, and they're going to be able to be doing both at work. If they want to work more as a nurse or they want to work more a healthcare profession, is their choice, and we're help to contribute with them with this experience.
That's so fantastic. And I like that you can kind of dabble to see where you want to go. Maybe you like that profession better than what you had. So it's so nice to be able to have that freedom to do that and that experience. So you can take that knowledge and decide what you want to do with your career. With that being said, a lot of our programs, we take pride in applied learning. So we really want our students to walk out that door and say, you know what, I'm ready for the labor force. I'm ready to go get a job. So let's talk about Island Health and how this is important. The relationship between Camosun and Island Health. I'm sure maybe you've had some students apply from Camosun, and maybe you can speak to some of the experience. What are some of the applied skills and learning that you see in our students that have been helpful in being successful in their chosen field?
The first that you just mentioned here is their willingness to work and participate and get out there and see how it is like in the practical world. So many of the Camosun students that we hire, they're really apply their skills that they have learned at school, which is really important. So they have a very good academic background. So we're just looking for them to develop these skills that they learned into our community. And we also have co-op students as well. So we have placements as well for them. So we're always open. A student from Camosun can apply for one of our opportunities that happen often during the year and in many of the regions that we have in Vancouver Island. And we also, in the past, prior to the current pandemic, we did many hiring fairs at Camosun for healthcare assistants and nurses. So, and we actually have new grad hiring fairs twice a year.
Oh, wow.
So it's, great. So what it really is, we post expression of interest, and if the students, after we do the presentation at school, the students can go and apply through a website, and they can pick the locations that they would like to work after they graduate. So those are for the students that close to graduation for the same year that we do the hiring fair. And then they get to pick 3 locations, and then their resumes are reviewed, and then they have the opportunity to have 1 or 2 interviews during the hiring fair.
Oh,
and
many
of them, they start as casuals to see how they feel about their work environment, and then they have the opportunity to become regular employees at Island Health. I would say more than 90% of them, they stay with Island Health after the first experience.
That's great stats. And I like that you mentioned practicums and co-ops. So we are always encouraging our students to go do them, because that's how you're going to get recognized. That's how you're going to stand out. Would you say that's true? Like, do you hire most of the grads, the participants you see in your co-ops? Like, do students that come in to do a co-op with you, is that a good way for them to showcase their skill, their, like you said, energy, their enthusiasm that they want to be there? Would that be something that you look for?
Yes, I do encourage very much, because you have to apply what you have learned and see if you really like, because sometimes you might not like, for example, you can work in clinics or hospitals. So sometimes, oh, maybe I prefer to work in a hospital instead of a clinic. So having this experience, placement experience, you're gonna give a broad variety of options that you can work with. And once you are graduate, you can actually go and have already mindset where you want to work. So, and this the student experience, that's what it is for you to see if you're really gonna like the job and where do you want to work.
That's fantastic. And with that kind of experience, do you think that our graduates from our programs that we mentioned for the community, family and child studies, the certified lab, the healthcare assistant, do you think our graduates are prepared? Do you think the skills that they gain from Camosun and from their hands-on experience, do you think that they're good candidates to hire for Island Health?
Yes, I think first, when you chose a program, you have been thinking about it, kind of have a passion for it. So that's a very good start. And then at Camosun, you have learned the right skills that you should apply at the work environment. So we look for that. So we hire a lot of candidates from Camosun.
Great. So it sounds like Camosun students have some great background and applied skills with their programs. So would you say that our Camosun graduates are well prepared to come and work for Island Health? And do you want to give some advice to them when they're thinking about applying for Island Health?
Yes, so the Camosun students have a great academic background, and in case they didn't have the opportunity to do co-op placement, they can also apply for volunteer opportunities that can also help to enrich their background, which is very welcome. And then also with this opportunity, they can just jump into actual job position with us. The students at Camosun also, they have a very good communication skills, verbally writing, which we notice in their reference from their student leaders. Yeah, so they're very ready for work, and they usually do great.
That's great. And to help get them ready, so they have the academic background, they have the applied skills, some opportunities that they might look into, maybe volunteer work, you know, getting active in the field to get some experience. Would that be a helpful thing for them coming in and applying for Island Health?
I definitely encourage, because experience is great. It is very valuable as well, because they will show in the interview how did they apply what they learned in school. So I definitely encourage volunteer experience if you want, because you can, it's always a plus on your resume. And if you are not looking to work and have a regular work schedule, you can just volunteer when you have the time off school and when you are comfortable with.
That's fantastic. So with that, and kind of giving them an idea, go volunteer, you have the academic background, what are some maybe insights or advice you could give to our students when they want to apply for Island Health? What are some of the skills, not just technical skills, not just program skills, but what are some of the skills that Island Health would like to see in someone that they hire?
People skills.
People skills.
Definitely.
Great.
Working with the community, working with people, how you can approach someone with difficulties, how you can resolve a problem. That's one of the questions that usually come up during the interviews. They will put you through a situation and they want to know how are you going to be able to solve it. So, and also you can show that independence at work, because some of the positions, for example, community health worker, you're going to be out there working in people's homes. So even though you have a supervisor that you can call, you cannot, most of the work that you are doing, you have to be independent decisions as well. So someone that has a very good decision making ability, it's very good. Someone that can speak with the people, and also patience, because a lot of our people, they might have a health problems. We don't know actually what's going on with them. So we have to be sympathize with their situation and how they are. Yeah, so we look for someone that's passionate about their work, and someone that really care about the people as they were part of us, or they were their family. That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, that's great. And I think one of the nice things that I know about Island Health is I have a few colleagues and friends working in the health profession, and I really like what you said about passion and compassion to the people that you're working with and your clients. We're all human. We're all trying to navigate, and the attitude is so important. So I'm really liking that you kind of gave us that advice going in and for the interview as well. I have a question about applying for Island Health. Is it all online? So once we finish the program, we're ready to go and we're graduated, we're ready to apply. Is it online? Is that the first step that they should be doing? Is there any advice that you can give students for maybe to talk to someone, to go get some information? Victoria is a city, but it's a kind of a who you know city. So it's really nice to have some insight as to what's the best approach for applying to Island Health.
So the best approach, the first approach would be to create a profile on our website, or careers website. We also have many recruiters around the island, so maybe you wanna move to the north, so we have a recruiter for that, working for the community. So you can send an email to talentacquisition@viha.ca right here, and if you have specific questions, or if you're looking to move it somewhere, we can forward this email to the right recruiter to help you to get opportunity as well. But it is also important for you to have a profile, because there are many opportunities that we post in the website that we might not even know because they have just been posted, but we could be looking at the hiring managers for that location and be referring your resume to them. Another very good opportunity is also keep always an eye on events that happen with Island Health. We always post events or job fairs that we will participate on our website as well. With these opportunities that we have today, I'm also looking forward to have some virtual fairs with you guys at Camosun. Will be very happy to be contributing to your courses that we're talking here today about the community and family service, the healthcare assistant program that you have. We would be very much happy to participate as well. The lab tech
Absolutely
program.
I know Camosun would be wonderful to participate. Absolutely, we look forward to that. That's fantastic. It's so nice to hear that our programs are connected to employment, because I'm sure that's the #1 question. You know, if I go into this program, will I have a job? So it's really nice to hear that Island Health is hiring, and hiring now. So that's fantastic. And so some of our programs, I know sometimes I've looked at government sites, for example, and they have a lengthy process. So when would you say would be a good time to apply? Like after you graduate, or maybe while you're almost graduated? When would be a good time to start maybe developing that career profile that you talked about?
Okay, so as I mentioned, there are some co-op placements. There is actually a link in the BC Island Health directly with the institutions that you can apply for placements. So it's a good idea if you want to start looking for a placement there. If you didn't have this opportunity and you're just thinking about waiting after you graduate, you're also more than welcome to do that. So for example, if you're graduating within the next month, you can also already prepare your resume and put your profile out there so people can start seeing it. And because you might not be called right away, but once they see that you're effectively looking there, they're gonna contact you, and you might be already graduated. It's not a lengthy process like the federal government, the federal agencies. We are a public company, but we're municipal, so we don't have a lengthy hiring process.
Oh, that's so nice to hear, actually.
It's more about interview, how well you do interview, how well is your resume like, and as you mentioned it, it's people who you know. So what I mean about that is we believe in people's world, so reference are very important. So reference are very important part of the hiring process. So let's say a student have a good rapport with your leaders, do well in the program, because they also count as a reference, because if you don't have a work experience, we're going to be looking into how well you did in the program.
That was going to be my question. So your professors, your teachers can be your reference. Yeah. What about your co-op placements? Can they be a reference?
They can as well. They can. And a lot of the teachers or CNLs or leaders, a lot of them work for Island Health as well. So we
fantastic. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, so it's a small world. So it's good to build a good rapport and show that you have good intentions since the beginning, because it's gonna count anywhere you go.
And I have a question about resumes. What kind of resume do you like? What would be the style that you would be like, yes, this is exactly, it's nice and clear, I know what they're going for. Do you have a preference that would help our students?
We don't really have a preference. We actually some of job fairs, we do have job search tips and how to prepare your resume. But for me as a recruiter, when I look at a resume, first I'm looking, it depends how experienced you are. If you don't have much experience, if you're just a new grad, for example, you could put where you're educating from and what volunteer opportunities you did, what placements you did, anything that's related to the community that you did to contribute with your study. It's very important. And always include a cover letter.
Ooh, good tip. Good tip.
Some of the hiring managers don't read, but if you don't have much experience to show on your resume, a cover letter is important, because they want to know where do you want to get, what you're expecting to get in this job. So a cover letter is very important.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. I'm so glad that we got some really great tips and insights here today. I know our students appreciate it. I appreciate your time in getting to know you better and getting to know Island Health. It sounds like there's so many great opportunities, advancements, bursaries. They're very much invested in the people that work for them. So thank you to Island Health, and thank you to you for being with me here with me this morning and getting to know about Island Health and all the different areas we can go into. I'm so glad to hear that, we have programs that are very well intertwined to the positions that you're hiring for. So I really hope that we do connect in the future for our virtual fair, because that's our reality now, but I hope that we can connect again. And thank you so much for your time. And I hope that we can do this again and maybe talk about some of the great experiences you've had in our virtual fair with our students. So thank you, and I hope we will talk to you soon.
You're very welcome.